I counted exits before I opened my eyes. Through the screen on 68, projector were still dying behind us, and out onto a road with a stop sign and more daylight than I'd seen in 2 levels.
It's bright.
Level 94. Motion. Everything had grain like held frames. Tiny houses, picket fences, grass hills. The whole place moved a little, grass bending in no wind, fence shadows from nothing swinging. Crafted, as if someone had built it and left it running. After the last level, a town that smiles first is a town I count exits in. The houses had their front walls missing. You could see all the way inside, furniture, beds, the shape of a life with nothing living in it. And they could see you. Nobody was in the streets. Canon calls the residents animations, but they come out at night. By day the town runs anyway, siren poles playing happy cartoon music, milk vans idling on schedule, doors that stood open on rooms mid-task. A whole performance with no performers. The music was the clock. The record on level 94 says it plainly. When the happy music stops, night falls and the level turns lethal. So the smiling town was also a countdown. Every song was the town telling us how long we had. In the center of town, a fountain. Almond water, I could smell it from the road. The thing we'd been counting down to 0, just pouring into stone, going nowhere. Milk vans on the side streets full of almond milk. A water tower of it on the hill. This level was drowning in what we'd been dying for. We filled every bottle. Then the pocket. Then we drank one standing and filled the empty.
15. 16 with the one in your hand.
And the whole town watched us take it. Every open house, every lit window, the music never missing a beat. Nobody stopped us. Nobody named a price.
Nothing down here is ever this generous.
No, the fountain was still pouring when we left the square. The sound followed us up the road like a debt we hadn't read the terms of. Above the town, the castle. On a mountain you could see through, transparent, the sky behind the stone. It sat on the skyline the way something sits that has always been watching. Nothing down here says the king's name out loud. Even the record keeps it short. The series has taught us this twice, the gentleman's deals, the catch behind every haven. This water belonged to someone. We left before anything named a price. The town gave us supplies and no rest. The music never stopped, the vans never parked, not one door ever closed behind us. You cannot sleep in a town that never sleeps at you.
Somewhere that isn't performing.
She was looking up at the hills when she said it. Flat painted, less realistic the higher they went. The records say the king never comes up here. That was enough. We climbed. Footsteps went from asphalt to grass. The town murmur fell away behind us. And the wind sounded like wind, just wind, with nothing underneath. Level 94.1. Autumn hills, windmills turning in no hurry. Everything up here looked less real, flatter, painted. The wiki calls it surreal. Honest is what I'd call it. The hill folk were gentle and closed. Nobody offered a roof. At the well, one of them said it plainly, don't drink from something that's not yours. It named the thing I'd felt in the square.
Kettle's on.
We camped under the big windmill. Its creak was slow and regular, the first safe rhythm in 2 levels.
The pocket's never been this heavy.
Under the windmill in the grass, weathered pages. Notes by a man named Marin Arnoldson. I read them by the fire. A wizard lived in the tower on the hill. An exiled animation, the king had given him free will and nearly killed him for asking what it meant. He stayed where the king was scared to follow, and he spent what power he had trying to free the people below. He erased their memories of the king. Chaos, they panicked, attacked each other. He tried to fix what he'd broken. Bigger houses empty inside. A river that ran brown. A happiness spell that left them frozen still. The pages said it plainly. Anything he produced with his powers was defective. Every fix came out wrong. Ends post. That night by the fire I said it. The power in these hills works on memory. She's been losing her since the forest, and I have watched it happen on tape in real time, one word at a time. I am out of ideas that don't live in these hills.
And everything he made came back broken.
I know, but the spell did what he meant. The memories were gone.
We're sleeping inside what fixing people looks like here. You're not looking for an answer. You're looking for a way not to lose me. What if next week I can't argue back?
Neither of us spoke after that. The blue bottle sat against my chest the whole argument. I never mentioned it. The diary had already shown me what that road looks like.
I'd rather fade as myself.
Dawn, cold light on the tower. She said it first, sitting up, not looking at me. The argument was over. She'd won it the night before, at the moment I couldn't answer. The blue bottle went back in the bag, unopened. Nothing in its scope covers memory. The hope was mine. I banked the fire and took first watch. The water steadies her. Buys time. Restores nothing. We walked down in the morning. The pocket heavier than it had been in a long time. Sanity steadier, the wreck clock running clean, no jump since we'd arrived. From the valley carried on the wind a music box phrase. The town's still dancing. The king's still under everything. And past the hills, a gate whose name the hill folk would not say.
That house. The door doesn't match.
She was right. One door on the street that belonged somewhere else. The wiki says some houses light out. We didn't ask where.
Ready?
I closed the door behind us.